Epstein files! Release the Epstein files! Release the Epstein files! Release the Epstein files!
The day of the release of the Epstein files has come and gone, but the controversy continues. For many months, Democrats and some of the MAGA movement have called for the release of the FBI files on accused pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein died by suicide in a prison cell in 2019, accused of sex trafficking young women. The files are thought to contain photos and materials connecting Epstein to many famous and powerful figures. And many have speculated that US President Donald Trump would appear in these files, as he was a good friend of Epstein for many years. Donald Trump himself has shifted his position on the release of the files several times now.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? So what they're trying to do with the Epstein hoax is get people to talk about that instead of speaking about the tremendous success like ending 7 wars. You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today.
House Democrats released a cache of photos from the files, many of which showed evidence of Epstein's activities. Earlier, footage from Epstein's private island had also been released.
Interesting, nice and warm in here.
The full release was intended to happen on December the 19th. And from the files that were released, journalists and the public immediately noticed how heavily redacted the files were. Some files were redacted in their entirety. The Department of Justice, or DOJ, said the redactions were to protect the identities of the victims, but they admitted that the redactions were heavy-handed. The files that were released did contain pictures of famous people such as Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, and former President Bill Clinton. The DOJ has said that more files will be released at a later date, and the time taken was due to preparing them for release. Some Americans have expressed their frustration at this long process.
It hasn't answered the length of what has been going on behind the scenes.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious to me that the delay had everything to do with Trump's Justice Department to redact anything and everything that would tell the truth about Trump and the files.
I think, the longer you play it out, the more people lose interest, and I think that's probably the play here. I think the hope is people lose interest, and then they can release it at a time and say, look, we released it, but at that point in time, it's maybe too late.
One file with a photo of Trump appeared to have been removed from the dataset released by the DOJ. Its absence was noted by Democrats. It was later restored, however, and the DOJ said its removal was also to hide the identity of a victim. The family of Virginia Giuffre, a victim of Jeffrey Epstein, also expressed frustration at the slow release of the documents.
We've got some work to do here. There's this bill that got passed was to release all of the documents, to be fully transparent, and I don't know if we really have that feeling tonight, to be honest with you.
More files will be released in the coming weeks and months, but the controversy looks set to continue.